Back on SportsBit, Paulie and Teddy. Time for Big Game Breakdown. As always, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. Thursday night football. The ratings are down. This won't help. Jacksonville against Tennessee. Titans 3.5, 43.5 at home. Could be the last stand for Gus Bradley. By the way, according to official NFL rules, the team with the most wins in the AFC South makes the playoffs, no matter how bad. That's unfortunate. Gus Bradley, 14-40 as head coach of the Jacksonville. A few extra days after the game could be a timing for a transition. If they lose, they could fire him. Was it rock bottom Sunday against the Raiders? They lost. Jackson, Ramsey thrown out of the game. They had a ton of penalties, and they didn't score until their 10th possession, and they couldn't stop the Raider offense, Teddy.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this from Gus Bradley last year at this exact time. They were going to London, and everyone said if they lose this game, Bradley's going to get fired. That gives them, they have 2 weeks to have the new head coach install his offense and defense and game plan and systems, et cetera, et cetera. And then what happened to the Jags? They won that game in London. They almost blew it, and then they came back and won it at the end. Now it's a year later. The Jaguars haven't gotten any better, and it was as ugly as it gets. I mean, did they reach rock bottom against Oakland? Yes. 13 penalties for 122 yards. 2 guys getting thrown out of the game. Gus Bradley, quote, "During the game, it's proven we lost our poise. We became frustrated that things didn't go exactly as we had planned, and some things took place on the field. You need to keep your poise and keep your composure." It ended up affecting us. Of course, I don't know that it made a difference. They lost their poise because they were getting their asses kicked on the field, and that was a big part of it. It wasn't like it was a tight game and the mental mistakes doomed them. Paul Posluszky had a pretty good quote on this as well, Paul.
Yeah, he said, "I think it's terrible. We need to act like professionals at all times, regardless of what happens. To have guys get thrown out, multiple penalties over and over again, that's not who we are, and we can't tolerate that moving forward. I've never seen anything like that before. Unacceptable on a lot of different levels. Fans don't want to see it. Guys in the media don't want to see it. We don't want to be part of it. Just from a higher standard of play in the NFL, we can't have that," end quote. Now, for the Titans, what are we doing with Mariota here? Is he regressed?
It feels like he's taking a step back. Last year, yards per pass and passer rating better than they were this year. And from rookie year to second year, you expect improvements, especially with an upgrade of players around him. But Mariota, and we saw it very clearly against Andrew Luck with that game tied at 20 in the fourth quarter. Luck confident, cool, poised. Mariota jittery, nervous, mistake prone. And now he's tied for 5th in the NFL with 9 turnovers, and 3 of those 9, including the game clincher last week, have been returned for touchdowns.
I do not like this quote from Malarkey. He thinks maybe he's lost confidence. He said, that might be the case. Yes, I've talked to him about it. He doesn't want to let anybody down. Doesn't want to make mistakes for his teammates, for this team, for this organization. I wouldn't say he does it overly, but sometimes if it's a gray area to him right now, he doesn't want to take the risk, end quote. Those are troubling comments that the quarterback has lost confidence. Interesting.
No question. Especially, I'm sorry, Paul, I didn't mean to cut you off, but especially when you're talking about a favorite that's already been bet up and an underdog that nobody wants. You know what I mean? Nobody wants the Jags. There's already been Tennessee money. And now Malarkey saying, "I'm not convinced my QB's got it right up here." That's a red flag for me, and it tells me that my choice tonight will not be the Tennessee Titans minus the points.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to SBRpicks.com.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.